What was the topic today? Um, Shit, I forgot. Let me just check my notes. Oh yeah, sorry, this is relevant.
और 50 रुपया कट ओवर एक्टिंग के वजह
Today's topic is about how did I improve my communication skill, my confidence to talk to an audience, and of course, most importantly, how did I improve my presentation skills? That's the topic for today. Please listen to this fully because it's my experience of how did I improve my presentation skills. Let's get started. It goes back many, many years ago when I was standing in front of an audience of about 500 people in my school. I had trained myself to be a singer. So I had to give my first performance for a competition. And like how I started today's video, I forgot and I froze. It was embarrassing, but it was the last time I froze so badly because it gave me a big lesson about how to prepare myself to present myself to an audience. And what did I do and how did I get on with improving my presentation skills? Let's talk about what and how you can make a great presentation in front of an audience. So, the first thing with any presentation skills that I learned was, of course, you have to have your medium of how do you want to present. We all use PowerPoint. So, for simplicity's sake, I will keep this video very simple and talk about how do we present in a PowerPoint. Now, I'm not going to talk about the technicalities of how you prepare the PowerPoint slide. That's another video. But whenever you start any topic for presentation, the first slide you need to put there is the agenda slide. What are the things that you're going to talk about? That should be the first slide. You make a text slide and mention what's the topic, what are the details, point number 2, what are the key takeaways, point number 3. It can be more points as well, but always have that description of what are the different topics you're going to talk about. So your audience knows what to expect from your presentation. Once you have the first slide sorted, then you go into the details of the subject slides. When you have your subject slides, remember not to put too many words. I've seen so many presentations where people write the whole sentence they want to speak because they're scared of forgetting. You're supposed to use keywords. If you want to say, for example, in my presentation, I will talk about safety, quality, and integrity. Don't write the whole sentence. Just write safety, quality, and integrity and speak through that. If you write everything on the slide, people don't look at you, they look at the slides. You want the audience to be looking at you, and you have to be looking at the audience. So use less amount of words, keywords as brief as possible. Even better, use pictures, use images. It's more attractive and more connecting with the audience. You can also use videos to explain a concept because that's again very powerful medium of communication. Try and use like bright color images which attracts people's attention. So they are focusing on the image and then they look to you. The next point is when you're talking to people, look at people, look at their eyes and talk to them. Even if you have 100 people sitting, there must be some people you can see in front of you. Look at them and speak to them. Nod ahead. Have gestures. Speak to them as if you're communicating with them. You will get the feedback from their body language and reaction, and then you can adjust things accordingly as well. A lot of times in certain presentations, people may be trying to ask a lot of questions and disturb you. One of the techniques that I use is whoever is a person that is constantly nagging me and asking questions, I go and stand next to them, next to their chair, keep my hand on the chair, and I talk to everybody else. So I'm subtly telling this person to just quieten down and not disturb my flow of thoughts. This works. Trust me, I've tried it so many times. Now, the most important problem most people have is the confidence to speak to the audience, right? Like how I froze. Now, there are a lot of techniques, but what I have done is just practice in front of mirror a lot of times, practice in front of family a lot of times. Start with small groups. Maybe tell your manager you want to improve your presentation skill. Ask him to give you opportunity in team meetings, smaller groups, and then you start building that group bigger and bigger. If you are in an audience of a meeting, also ask questions because that gives you confidence to talk in an audience as well. Slowly, that confidence builds up and you become more eloquent in communication. Always end a presentation with the key takeaways. What is that you want out of this presentation? So, that should be the last slide. What's the call for action? What's the key message? What is that you want everyone to remember when you finish? Put that slide as the last slide. Now, one bonus tip I can give you is how to make an impact without speaking and using the power of silence. Sometimes you want to make a point and you can use silence to make that point. Do you get that point? That was my pause. That was my silence to make you think about what did I say. You can do that many a times. You can make an impact. For example, if you want to talk to your employees or you want to talk to your colleagues about how they should not waste. Let's say, for example, there's a lot of wastage happening in terms of paper. You can actually bring reams of used paper and pile it in front of them and say, this is the amount of paper we all wasted last month. Just showing that as an impact. So think of certain objects you can bring, or a pause you can give, or a silence you can give to make an impact. Did you all understand that? I hope you did. That's a pause to get attention. Again, I made this video very conversational, not like a typical Gyan wala video, but more of a personal sharing video. I'm trying to change the approach now to have a conversation with all of you. I hope you like this video, how I worked on my presentation skills and improved a little bit of my confidence. If you like it, do share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and watch my old videos for more great content for your personal development. Stay fit, stay positive, but don't forget you have to keep chasing obscene success. Bye.